So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name, push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna 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 start a revolution. I'm on top now while me kissing babies. Call me out president, boss tool, hate me. I'ma trust my gut, you don't faze me. I'ma give my blood, don't save me. Damn, it's never enough, still chasing every single dream that I've had since I was 18. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Angry American. I am your host, Joe Truth. We got a lot to cover. Now, I have not been podcasting for the last week and a half. We've had a lot of things going on, and I frankly have let this be less of a priority. Now, I say that because we have gotten tremendous response. People love the podcast. So we are going to start going into this super hardcore. We certainly are. We're going to have our first guest next week, Mr. Freedom Stick. That's right, Mr. Freedom Stick. And if you don't know who he is, I suggest you start to do some research, because he is the real deal, folks. Ex-law enforcement, gave up his badge due to the mandate. He's a 21-year military veteran, and he's a patriot, and he loves this nation. He doesn't shy away from controversy. He doesn't give a shit what you think about him. And I think it's going to be a colossal podcast. Joe Truth, Mr. Freedom Stick in the house next week. Make sure you tell your friends. I'm going to be putting it on Spotify. That's right. We are good to go. Green lighted on Spotify. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell your friends. We are about to rock it out. Now, we got a lot to cover. A lot. And I want to start with the Angry American. We now have our second viral video this week. Okay? Second viral video. Now, the first hour, we had over 10,000 views. Did we not? Over 10,000 views. That is a typical 500,000 to a million view video when it all is said and done. In the last 7 hours, 6 hours, since that hour had elapsed, we've had 13,000 more views. They are killing the truth. They are squashing every bit of momentum that all of these creators get. You have to see it for what it is, okay? I'm a little different than most of your patriots, okay? I am pro-American. I am pro-freedom. But I also try to reason with both sides. We don't make this political. We hate politics. But since everybody wants to make everything political, everything has to be a political issue or a political statement, we are trying to mend the fences. You would be so surprised if we all got in a room and we just spoke like people, how much we have in common and how tired we are of the same thing. We just call it something different. People do not want to get to that point. The human condition has been massaged and manufactured for so long that we are now at a point of no return. And I do believe that. People keep asking me, Joe, do you think it gets better? Is there any hope? And I used to say yes. Yes, there's hope. You have people out there that are willing to lay it all out there, myself included. However, these last couple weeks have taken a real toll on the way I view the human condition. Having Mr. Freedom Stick come into my life, promoting his new account because they ban him just like they ban us. I mean, it's nothing new. Just like they banned Kramer, it's nothing new. Having him come on and promoting him, the trolls have come out of the woodwork. And I have started to see the human condition firsthand. Now, people want to say these people are paid. You know, there's all kinds of theories out there. I just think they're very hateful, spiteful people. So from now on, the topic of my life will be trolls welcome. Because you come in, you comment, you run your mouth, you help me in the algorithm. You're doing me a service. You're doing me a service. Now, I will admit, last night I got a bit unhinged and I started to spew the same venom. And it's funny, they just disappear. They just disappear. It's unbelievable. But it got me thinking, why are we so divided? Because at the end of the day, nothing changes for us. No matter who's in office, no matter what's going on in the world, nothing changes for us. We are still the little guy. We're not a Bezos, okay? We're not a Musk, okay? We're not a Gates. Nothing changes for us until the last two administrations where things really started to change fundamentally for us. We are in a situation now. We are on the brink of a world conflict, and I hesitate to use that war word. I hesitate. You know, I have a son who is in the military. He got his orders, okay? He got his, what do they call that? His placement. He is going to Alaska. And who will be joining him is my youngest daughter and also his wife. So everybody in my house, aside from me and my dog, are headed to Alaska. A small waterway separates Russia from Alaska. So I am very alerted. I am very upset and on alert by this. I truly am. And that's kind of why I got unhinged yesterday, because I was in just a weird headspace. I know what's coming. I keep pleading with you all. I keep putting everything on the line to show you what is going on. Who would have thought that supply chain and supply chain alone would build this thing into what it is? Who would have thought? But being that it is one of the most important facets of the world, it tells a story. I always tell you guys, if you want to know what's going on in the world, follow the freight. And I hope that some of you that work in supply chain and some of you that work in logistics, I hope that you've started to do just that. Follow the freight. It tells a story. And I continue to try to break it down to the average person. I try to bring you behind the scenes. I no longer have the access that I did before, but I still have the contacts. We're still reaching out. We're still conversing about what is truly going on. And what is truly going on is something's fishy, very fishy. You still have ports that are not running at capacity. You still have shortages, the likes of which you've never seen. Now, it's funny because I get the occasional, I'm out here in Idaho, and I don't see no shortages. Of course you don't. There's nothing in Idaho. There's no money in Idaho. I heard a stat and it blew me away. All right. 70% of the GDP, 70% of the GDP, are you listening? Comes from the left. 70%. Yeah. Now you get it, right? Now you understand because they're educated. Not saying that the right isn't educated, but the left is educated. They go to college, they rack up debt, they end up making money. You know, people that make money tend to be a little more liberal than conservative. And it's weird because as I get older, I get fiscally more conservative. The human condition is so bad right now. So bad. And I don't know what it's going to take to fix it. I truly don't. People ask me if there's hope. I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm not going to ease off of the throttle. Mr. Freedom Stick isn't going to ease off the throttle. Kramer isn't going to ease off the throttle. We are not going to ease off the throttle. We are going in hard. What was that? Going in hot? Coming in hot. We're coming in hot. We're not going to stop. Nor are the truckers in Canada going to stop. They're doing something great up there. They're doing something magnificent. And it's a shame that there is legitimately people out there that are trying to cut this thing down. They made this a terrorist event. They have went after the payment suppliers as people raise money because they love what they're doing, man. They're standing up for the people. They're standing up for the people. And they have made this, they've seized the payments. Imagine somebody sitting at home, I'm going to give my hard-earned money. Hey, honey, let's go ahead and give these guys $100. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. They're trying to make it so we have the choice. We have the decision. And the government comes in and goes, no, we're going to take that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's downright criminal what is going on in the world. People are not getting it. They refuse to listen. I did a video today trying to explain from a supply chain perspective what's going on. And here it is. All of these corporations got all of this money on the front side of COVID. All this money. They got PPE money. Okay? Not, is it PPP? PPE. Jeez. You see what COVID's done? Like, this has become commonplace. I would have never used PPE before in a sentence. They got this PPP money. And then when that ran out, they got more PPP money. They end up saving a lot of money because, let's face it, we don't need a brick and mortar. You work from home. A lot of companies posted record profits during COVID. They all knew inflation was coming. We seen it for months. We were screaming at you guys for months. The camera's doing that again. I don't understand. We went out and bought a new camera and it is doing it again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There, no, you almost had it. There you go. What the hell is that? They knew inflation was coming. Do you understand? They knew it. You don't print all this money, inject it into the economy, and expect things to remain the same. You see, there's a difference between them and us. They have some of the greatest financial minds in the world working for them. It's a true fact. All right? It's not conspiracy. It's not quackery. It's a fact. They knew it was coming. They jack up the price because that's what inflation is. It's the price gets inflated. They cut the supply. You don't think for 1 second that something isn't right with this? We've never had this before. Okay, when the new iPhone comes out or the PlayStation 5 comes out or something like that, the new Tesla hits, there's not enough supply for the demand. So sure, you're not going to get it. But we're talking about the most common things: cream cheese, chicken, butter, milk, meat. The most common things you can't get because they cut the supply. And oh, by the way, they manufacture a supply chain issue. And it's easy to do because once you get behind, unless you increase work production, you're never going to catch up. Ever. Then they go tell you, hey, we know what it is. It's a labor shortage. Well, in this industry, there has always been a labor shortage. There's always been a driver shortage. Do you understand? It's nothing new. Oh, we're going to back that up. We're going to reaffirm that with an equipment shortage. I show you every day, every single day, a huge multi-football field. We're talking just hundreds of acres full of chassis and containers. Not sitting on the coast. No. Not setting 100 miles from the coast. In the middle of the country. And you mean to tell me you still think that this is normal? You need to check yourself if you're one of those people. If you think that this is normal and that everything that they say is 100% plausible, hitting the nail on the head, then you need to check yourself. This is major. And God forbid the truckers strike here. God forbid there's a freedom convoy here. You're not going to hear about it. It's not going to get very much press. You'll have to look to social media to get that coverage. B, they'll suppress it. C, they'll freaking stop it before it reaches anywhere of substance. They will crush it. Just like Canada's trying to do. Do you think that's okay? Do you think it's okay to not have a right to air your grievance with the government? At some point, government got too big. It got too damn big, and I'm not political. But I am starting to see The line was crossed. Now they want to control every aspect of your life. Every aspect. There's a word for that. There's a word for a government that wants to control your financial aspect, your medical aspect, your food, what you consume, what you say. I've had 9 accounts on TikTok. Freaking TikTok. I've had 9 accounts, and I've never once crossed the line. Never once. I've had my vehicle bugged. I've had my business yanked from me. I've had one of the alphabets right across the street for days, sitting somewhere where nobody should be. They've gotten too big, and they are not afraid to bully or worse. They're just not. And I'm letting it all go today because I'm telling you, it's here. Everybody wanted to know the black swan. What's the black swan going to be? It doesn't have to be a major event. It could be a whole slew of minor events that end up being the black swan. And you won't know until it's too late, until you step back and look at the totality of it and say, holy shit, it was everything. We don't have a lot of time to waste. And people want to waste it. They want to waste it with dumbass debates about things that don't matter. This is serious. This will be the issue of our time. This will define the next 1,000 years. Reagan said it. I don't know if any of you know who Ronald Reagan is. It's a joke. We will have to look at our children and say, I'm sorry. We will have to tell them that we did all we could. But did we? But did we? You know, I go out. I went out to the mall last week. And people go about their daily life. And I walked in a shoe store. I have a love affair with shoes. Yeezys to be specific. And it's a long story, and I'm not trying to hear what all of you guys have to say, but I was in there, and I was watching this young culture. They don't give a shit. They don't care. I had somebody step in front of me in line. I'm 43 years old. I'm a man. Excuse me. This is the line. Now, granted, there's 5 people behind me. All right. Continues to stand there. So I have 2 more people in front of us before he makes it to the desk, the counter. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell myself it's gonna be okay. That first person finished their transaction and walked away. Now he's 1 back from the counter. I'm 2 back. Yeah, I don't think you heard me the first time. I went to finish my sentence and he said, I heard you, boomer. What the fuck is that? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Why do you think it's okay to dish all these people? I got to be somewhere. So I was like, all right. So I stepped to the left of him, waited for the next person to leave, and I slid right in front of him. The guy at the counter said, nah, man, you can't dish. I said, whoa, wait a second. This dude just jumped all these people. All these people. The guy went, is that true? Not a freaking person would say it was okay. Not a freaking person behind me would say, yes, he ditched us. He said, sir, you're going to have to go to the end of the line. I said, listen, I'm telling you right now. Here's my money for these shoes right here. I'm taking them because they're behind the counter, you know. I'm going to reach around. I'm going to take them. You can ring them up later. This dude just jumped in front of me. He refused to take my money. I'm not about to lose something that I couldn't find anywhere else. It was another person all the way across the store that came up and said, hey, he jumped in front of him, for real. Person that worked there. The clerk didn't even say I was sorry. So I look at this younger generation and I already know what they're about, what they've been taught. That's why this has been so easy. Do you understand? That's why this has been so easy for people to just go on with their lives. They've been taught this from day one. They've been taught this. They had to learn it somewhere. Where do you think they learned it? Because I know I didn't raise my kids this way. School. They learn this in school. They learn to be self-centered, self-righteous individuals in school. They care about themselves, and that's it. Don't believe me? Okay. It's going to happen. That we are beyond the point of return. No, this is unsalvageable at this point. And it's about to go down. Everyone is focused on the Ukraine. So as we segue into the Ukraine, everyone is focused on Ukraine. Russia continues a buildup along the borders of Ukraine. They're setting at 150,000 troops. Don't be fooled by this. Don't be fooled by this. Because I'm telling you right now, they participate annually in training exercises. The Russia and Ukraine. We are waiting patiently for something to happen. I am still of the liking that not a single shot is fired. There are a lot of things out there right now that this is to distract you from. The Freedom Convoy being one of them. The Durham Report being one of them. There are a lot of things that they would rather you focus on, a part of the world that should scare everyone, because let's face it, if Russia and the United States go at it, it's bad for everyone. China has said out in the open that they are allies with Russia. They stand with Russia. Putin was at the Olympic Games. They stand with Russia. But China is not about to lose the billions and billions and trillions of dollars that come from the United States. Money is always king. And if I've told you one thing that should stick with you always, this has always been about money on every level. You got to break this down by levels. People want to go in and throw all this stuff together like it's one big conspiracy. Folks, it's not. Each level is working its level. They are all culpable. They are all super corrupt. Every one of them. And they are working their damn level. It takes so much resolve for me not to rip my hair out when I listen to people talk. Well, I got to tell you, looks like it's going to go down. Russia, Ukraine. And if Biden, Biden ain't playing around. Biden said swift and decisive action. Swift and decisive. If they fire one shot, we're in a war. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're just not. It's not going to happen. There's too much money on the table for it to happen. Now, part of the video today spoke about corporate greed. I want to explain to you something. This is a level of greed that is unfathomable. These companies post record profits and they rake in billions, if not trillions of dollars a year. They want it all. They want it all. And don't forget, the economy hangs by a thread. All of this, each one is a level, and there are people working that level. Stop lumping it into one big-ass conspiracy. We cannot reach the other side if that's what you're doing, because it gives them all the ammunition they need to keep us at arm's length from one another. The worst thing that could happen, the absolute worst thing that could happen to everyone working these levels is if we weren't at arm's length. If we just set down the bias, set down the prejudices for just a minute and had a conversation, it would be over, and they know it. They are masters at what they do. They are masters with master's degrees. It is real shit. The CIA. This is see, it's hard for me to even talk about this because this is where my mind's like, nah, dude, it already sounds like a conspiracy. You started it with the CIA, Joe. It's over. The CIA studied this for many years. All great leaders know how to manipulate the masses with their words. There's power in words, let me tell you. I used to tell people I was a time traveler. Thousands and thousands of people believed it. Thousands. Do you understand? Thousands of people believed it. There is power in words. They didn't just believe it, they truly believed it. So if anybody knows how much power your words have, you're looking at them. You're looking at them. These people are the best. They're the best at everything they do. And they're not going to stop until they have everything that they want. And that is your money and your freedom. And your freedom. Believe it or not, that is up to you. But you can't deny for 1 second that everything that you hear here is not plausible. You can't deny for 1 second that it doesn't make sense. You don't hear adrenochrome here. You don't hear QAnon here. You don't hear JFK Jr. here. You don't hear that here. Because we come with a rational, fact-based approach. It is the only way we are going to get this done. It is the only way. Since I brought up Q, and I have no issues with Q, by the way. I want to go on record and say I have no issues with Q. But what if And what if all of this studying the CIA did, they didn't get the greatest minds in the world in a room and say, how can we tear the people of the United States apart without ever having to lift a finger? And what if the initial, and I'm saying only the initial, because it's a movement now. It's got people behind it. Real people. What if the initial was just to get the division so damn far apart, dig it so deep into this country? What if, people? And what if that guy that you guys so covet, and listen, I don't like politicians, so don't take this the wrong way, because I tell you what, at the end of the day, I'd rather have one over the current, for sure. But what if that guy that you so covet was part of that? I know they call it a psyop, and I don't want to use the word. I hear you over there saying psyop. Okay, I hear it. I don't want to use the word. That's how afraid I am of the conspiracy. Do you understand? That's how afraid I am. Because I don't want to be the one looked at for the quackery. Because I don't put it out. I don't put it out. I've always shot it down. Even back when I told people I was a time traveler and they believed it. And they believed it. You know who you are. You know who you are. I'm kidding. But I don't put it out. Because there's so much power in words. And I already saw this thing divided. There's a content creator that I watch every day. My dude. He is a liberal content creator, and I watch him every day. People always go, hey, Joe, why do you watch CNN? Why do you watch my dude? Why do you interact with this? Why do you care what these people say? Sun Tzu said, know thy enemy. You understand? If you know your enemy inside and out, do I even need to finish? If you can think like your enemy, you have the advantage. And I am in no way saying that they are the enemy. I'm using that in the context in which he did. You see, I throw them off a little bit. I do. Because, I got my days. I got my days where I look like Joe Truth. And then I got my days where I look like Joe Truth. And then I talk. And I got some street in me. I'm edgy. I'm from the street. I grew up in the hood. And I know, I look, I already know some people's like, shh. I did. And I wasn't always on this side of the law either. But I throw them for a loop when we get into a conversation. Because tit for tat, I'm going to tear you apart. And I'm going to do it in a way that makes you like me while I'm doing it. Because I got the gift of gab too. And I'm educated. And I come with facts. I don't make assumptions. I don't listen to what he said and then jump and do it. I learned my lesson real quick. Oh, yeah? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Well, hey, everybody, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true, and you're fake. Well, that's the end of that. I learned my lesson real quick. I break you down. But I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like them. This is what I'm proposing to you, patriots. Don't be like them. Stop getting angry over this shit. The only thing that matters is your freedom. If you have your freedom, you have everything. Who gives a shit what they say? Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. I don't care what they say. I had a dude calling me a Bratz doll. If y'all remember the Bratz dolls, the girls with the lipstick and the colored hair, calling me a brat doll yesterday. I broke him down. And then I felt dirty afterwards. I was like, damn, I'm no better than these guys. I'm no better. And I did it in a way that had everybody laughing in the room. And he left. I don't want to be like them. And I'm suggesting you don't be like them either. If you're not taking this shit serious, you need to. If you're not putting content out, who gives a shit if you got 10 followers? Who cares? You need to get your word out. You need to get the truth out. And you need to do it in a way that is respectful and better than the opposition. Because trust and believe, they could give a shit less. I've watched these people break conservatives in half. In half. Get them so riled up that the FBI is at their door the next day for making terroristic threats. You don't think it's happened? You better go watch my dude. Listen, people ask me, like, why you follow him? I respect his shit. I never knock a hustle, man. He's hustling the fuck out of all these people. Can I say that on here? The F word. Can we bleep that? Crap. All right, I'm going to try to not cuss the rest of the way because apparently if you're an adult, you can't say a curse word anymore. Well, if you're a patriot adult. I respect his hustle. He is there strictly to make a fool out of you. To make a damn fool out of you. To get you outside your box. Oh, let me do it right. Outside your box. And get you to say something that you're going to regret later. Let's not forget the Department of Homeland Security Red Alert Bulletin. 2/7. February 7th of this year. Anybody spreading a misleading narrative is a terrorist. Did you hear that? Terrorist. And you still got people that just don't give a shit. Oh, yeah, well, Hillary Clinton is, she's a devil worshiper. And she drinks baby's blood. They take just the adrenochrome out of it. How do they make it? Well, what they do is they torture these babies, dude. They torture them, and they then take it out because it's so rich from all this. Hold on. They take out, it's so rich with adrenaline because they're so scared that they take out from the adrenal gland, they take that substance out. Here's the facts. Politicians are corrupt, especially career politicians. Human trafficking is so real. It is so real. When my kids were younger, I prayed every day that they came home. Every single day. And there was a period of time where I wasn't with my kids. And I still prayed every day 5 times harder. God, please, Let these kids come home. I don't want them to be a statistic. I don't want to have to bury a child. Still to this day, I say the same shit. You want to know why? Every story is rooted in some kind of fact. So they took the highly corruptible Hillary Clinton, because let's face it, she's been in a lot of stuff. Her name's come up in a lot of stuff. All right? A lot of controversy around that lady. Her husband would kick it at Epstein Island. We all know what Jeffrey Epstein's about. He likes young girls. Well, he liked young girls. Or he likes, depending on what day of the week and who's telling the story, where the quackery comes from. He liked young girls. So they took that and they meshed it together and they sprinkled some of that CIA shit on it. And lo and behold, you have Hillary Clinton is a devil-worshipping, Satanist, practicing on human trafficked children to suck the adrenochrome out of her. And I know right now there's somebody listening to this going, bro, you just don't know. You don't even know. Yeah, I do know. I do know. You know, I know what human trafficking is about. I do work in this community, and I work with victims that have been trafficked for years. I know what it's about. I hear some of their stories and it makes me sick. Makes me want to throw up and go crazy at the same time and just start ripping heads off at some of the foul, nasty things that I've heard in there. I know what it's about. We got to come correct. And our number one goal needs to be to bridge the divide, not add to it. You guys want to add to it, then it's over. Pack it up. It's over. Retreat to your spot that you have and wait for it to crumble. You either do the work necessary, step outside of your comfort zone, okay? Put your pride aside for a minute and try to bridge the divide. You might have to take a loss. You might have to take a loss. You might have to be the guy that's standing there like, no. This guy jumped in front of me. I'll be damned. You know, I'm not saying let them get over. I'm saying stand your ground, but do it in a respectful way. That's what that story was about. So I could finish this podcast telling you, you got to be a better person than them. You got to be just a little bit better. And if you're my generation or older, you are. These kids have been taught nothing but division from day one. It's crazy to look at the world today. I'm not that damn old. We're talking just a generation apart. I'm not that damn old. And I look at them and I'm like, what is this? What is this right here? You know where it starts? And I don't think we have this kind of time, but it starts at home. Homeschool your kids. Teach them the old ways of things. Monitor what they're doing on social media, what they're doing on these damn games. Monitor it. Know who they're talking to and who's teaching them things. Unfortunately, I don't think we have that kind of time, because it would take a whole nother generation to get back to having solid individuals. And listen, there's some solid Gen Zers. There are. I've met a few. My son's one. My daughter's one. And of course I'm biased, but they are. And I've met some of their friends that I think are total douches. And I've met some of their friends that I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he can come over anytime. You got to be better than them, man. It's time. We're at 0 hour right now. You better believe we are. I can't quite pin it down what the end game is going to be. I can't. I got a lot of theories, but they're theories. There's no fact there, so I don't put it here. But it's coming. Yeah. On the doomsday clock, we're at 1 till midnight, folks. You better believe we are. It's going to start with an economic crisis, the likes of which you've never seen. And if you don't think the inflation is the beginning of that, then you're crazy. Because this isn't like inflation of old. And I don't care the 8% that they feed you. I've done the math myself from my consumables. It's over 30%. 30%. And I'm not the only one saying that. Some great economic minds are telling you it's over 30%. This is the beginning of the beginning. Because it will start with the economy. And you will wake up one day and you will have a digital dollar. And your anonymity, your privacy is gone at that point. You can't go say, hey, Bill. I don't know why Bill is so popular today. Hey, Bill, let me get that. $40. Let me get that. You can't do that no more. You're going to have to be like they are in China and go, hold on. Let me send it to you on WeChat. All right, it's good. They monitor that. They know who buys what and when. And of course, well, what if they just say it's something else? They'll catch up with that. They'll find a way. They'll have your phone on while you're WeChatting the payment, showing, well, what if you put something there? They always have an answer, don't they? They always have an answer. Trust me. The economy is the first thing to go. And then when that goes, all of your freedoms, your life the way you know it today, gone. And it'll happen so quick and it'll be so rapid that you'll be shell-shocked. You'll be shell-shocked and you'll wish that you listened to these words today and every other day. Because we've been here 2 years preaching the same message. How far we've come in 2 years. How far we've fallen in 2 years. It's scary. It is as scary as it has ever been, folks. It truly is. It's rough out there. Go to the grocery store. Really pay attention to what's on the shelves. Go to your favorite restaurant. Go to your favorite fast food joint. Keep paying attention to what they're out of. Go try to buy something, a durable good. Let them tell you, well, it's a 2-month wait. Well, we can get it, but it'll be a couple months. It's never been like this before. Oh, COVID. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of that being the excuse. It's not an excuse. It's not the reason. They saw an opportunity. However COVID came about, there's all kinds of theories out there. There's all kinds of blame to pass around. However it came about, all those levels lined up And they were like, shit, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get ours. Because the fact is, and always has been and remains, it's all about one thing, folks. It's all about one thing. It's all about money. That's all it's about. That's all it is about. Money. Why? Why is it just about money, Joe? Because money equates to power. And power equates to control. And that's the trifecta right there. That's the holy trinity of killing this freedom, this country, this experiment, this God-given right that all of us have. We're all equal from the jump. Let them keep telling you the bullshit. Let them keep telling you that it's not equal, that there's a such thing as white privilege, and there's critical race theory, and that too starts at home. They learned it somewhere. You don't grow up genetically being racist or prejudiced. It is taught, people. It is taught by parents, by culture, society, the whole nine. So in conclusion, if you're looking for somebody to blame for this, look in the mirror. And if you're looking for somebody to fix this, look in the mirror. I'm getting to a point where I am sick and tired of seeing this go a certain kind of way. They're winning, people. They're winning because they keep ripping you apart. They keep driving that division deeper and deeper. And each time it goes deeper, guess what? We go a little farther more apart. That's real. That's truth. That's not quackery. That's not conspiracy. That's a fact. Make sure you tell your friends and family that we're going to have Mr. Freedom Stick on the program. And look for us on Spotify. I'll have all that information in a TikTok video, and I will post it here on YouTube. We're going big time. No more basement YouTube podcast. We're going big time, folks. You know why? Because people like this. We have gotten good response, super good feedback from this. And like always, Joe's going to put his money where his mouth is. Like almost literally right now. Be good to yourself and each other. I don't know where I heard that. Who used to say that? Who knows? Rock it out, guys. Patriots, you know the deal.
So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name, push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution.